Very good evening, friends. Meeting again in the session of Materia Medica. And today we have to learn a new remedy, that is Cactus Grandiflorus from the C series of third year's syllabus. A wonderful remedy in our practice, a clinical remedy. Basically, it is a very important clinical remedy which one has to learn by heart. Clinically, if you are thorough, you can use the cactus very nicely in your practice. I will share two cases. Generally, it is considered cactus is the heart remedy, but I never say like that. Yes, it is a heart remedy, but it has action, wide action, basically on female genital organs. This is a wonderful remedy to be considered. I will share two cases. One case was of 30 years, 35 years of female. She came to me in the around in the 2010. She came to me with severe pain in uterus, with every time during the menses also, and not even during the menses. She has a pain in uterus that is very constricting type of pain in the uterus. So she has told in her own words, doctor, I get the pain in uterus and it goes up into the stomach. So from lower end of my abdomen, it goes up, and it is as if someone is squeezing my uterus. That was her first important symptom. Second important symptom, she explained that sometimes it has a very much throbbing, pulsating. It is so much throbbing, and at that time when such type of pain starts, then it extends to my thighs. So there were two types of pains. If it starts constricting or squeezing, it goes upwards. But if there is a pulsating, throbbing pain is there, then it goes in downward direction. That was interesting case because and she said that I have she has shown me all the reports, and it was there since last 1 year. She has taken many allopathic medicines. Someone had diagnosed that she has PID. She has treated with antibiotics, then anti-inflammatory, antispasmodics, all those things, and all that stuff never cured her. In fact, she was having pain as it is only for the time period. Whenever she consumed any antispasmodic or anti-inflammatory, she used to feel better. But she never recovered, and that's why she came to. When I asked the details, she explained many things, out of which few I will highlight. She explained that she had menses every month regularly, but she said, Doctor, I get profuse bleeding whenever I lie down. In daytime, whenever I'm working, there is no bleeding at all. But whenever I lie down, there is a severe bleeding, and it used to happen for 4 to 5 days. Then, whenever that bleeding starts, I felt little bit disturbed over here in the region of my chest heart. I feel something will happen. And when I start walking during that time, it always produces something palpitation like sensation over there. And this is happening since my this uterus problem has started. Before that, I never had suffered from any disorder. And second important thing which I want to tell, because of this pain, I don't want to get mixed with anyone. I want to remain alone. I avoid going anywhere because it starts anytime, and then I become so restless. So I cannot tell what is happening. I look good to others, but I know what I am suffering from. So this was interesting case. Many thoughts came in my mind, but I never thought of a cactus. When we think such types of pains, generally we used to think of antispasmodic remedies or spasmodic remedies. That is colosynthesis, that is McFOS, all those remedies, Diascoria, but modalities were not matching. So I asked her to sit for 5-10 minutes, and I searched in the repertory. The rubrics were very characteristic. I saw that there is a constricting pain in uterus in the female genitalia. There was a rubric constricting pain in uterus extending upwards. only remedy cactus for 3 marks was given. It was interesting. Then second important feature which she has mentioned to me, that I used to feel the anxiety, palpitation over here whenever I starts walking, and specifically it happens during the period or whenever I have bleeding. So I work for that in mind chapter, the anxiety heart region aggravated by walking. Again, a single remedy cactus was there. So I was little bit disturbed. How can it be a pain in uterus? Because I never thought that remedy might be a cactus. Then I searched again, and she had mentioned me that she had menses only on lying down. Again, a characteristic of cactus. So remedy was there in my mind. Then I searched about anything else what I get in repertory. So I searched that aversion to company, company aversion to. So I looked towards that rubric whether cactus is there. It is there in main rubric, and just I was searching in the sub rubrics, and there is one rubric, aversion to company with uterine pain. See, very important. Only single remedy cactus is given. So these are the rubrics which I have considered, and constricting time of pain is the characteristic of cactus, we know, but we used to consider only with the chest, only with the heart. But if you generalize it, you can apply it anywhere. If we consider the Bunninghausen's approach of grand generalization, you can consider that in the uterus. And if you open the Materia Medica and repertory, you find that same constricting pain is also mentioned in the uterus in the repertory. So it was wonderful for me, and I have started giving her Cactus 30. TDS for 4-5 days I have given, and I asked her to meet me after a span of 10 to 15 days. She came with a big smile on her face, and she said, Doctor, first time I'm feeling absolutely relaxed with my uterine pain. The pain has vanished. I'm feeling relaxed totally. The feeling was very dangerous for me, because of which there was always thought I'm having big disease or something wrong, but that has vanished completely with your remedy. And second important thing I want to tell you that I have told you that I have some feeling over here that something wrong with my heart. That also vanished when this pain has disappeared. So see the remedy cactus. We used to consider only for the heart complaint, but this has done a wonderful result in the uterine complaints. And this happens when you read the remedy, not only from Materia Medica, but you utilize the repertory for solving the cases. Repertory is very important tool to solve the cases, because it increases your horizons to look toward the repertory, towards the remedy. And that's what I want to tell you. So this was interesting case in my practice. Second important case, of course, heart complaints. He was my friend's father, 70 years, male person. I have treated him for osteoarthritis 5 years before. And now my friend was not there in Sangamner. He was, because of his job, he was there in Ahmednagar at that time. And this fellow, he came to me early in the morning at around 9 o'clock, and he used to call me directly a Prasad, because I was his son's friend. Prasad, I am having a chest pain since morning, and whenever I used to walk a little bit, I feel there is something problem, and it is as if my heart is getting constricted. He was operated for angioplasty 3-4 years back, and thereafter he was good. But he was a known hypertensive, and he started getting that pain. So he said there is something like tightness happens over there, and whenever I put few footsteps, I feel there is something wrong with there. I feel anxious about it. Then I asked, just sit down over there. He was sitting, and I was just asking him anything else. He said, in the morning, I got little bit palpitation. There was a pain, and it has started right from here. It first like a constricting pain, then it goes to the left arm, left upper arm, lower arm, then fingers, and it reached to the tip of my fingers. That was very typical about angina pain. And when I sit idle, I take the rest, it disappears. So it was typical angina pain, which has happened over there. Second important thing he has mentioned that um, there was a pain. Sometimes it shoots all of a sudden and it goes over here in up to the upper arm or axilla. And it is so painful sometimes. So what to do? That was his question. I said, just sit down, don't worry. I checked his pulse. This is very important when you get problems related with the heart. Always check the pulse, blood pressure, feel the pulse. Pulse is very important indicator. I made an habit that unless and until I do the weight of the patient, take the pulse of the patient, the blood pressure of the patient, examine the patient, I never left that case. Every patient I used to do the clinical examination. So I asked him, let's just sit down over there, I will check your pulse. And I was checking the pulse. And the finding was every fourth beat, the there was a misbeat. For every fourth beat, and it was regular throughout the whole 1 minute, every fourth beat there was a missing of one beat. That was interesting again. So third, fourth, fifth beats may missed. We used to think of digitalis, but digitalis has a different thing. Digitalis has a feeble pulse. Here it is full bounding. Here pulse was not feeble. It was full. Feel normal feeling of the pulse was there. So output was not hampered. So it was not digitalis. Digitalis is a typical case of circulatory failure or heart failure, where the intermittent pulse happens to be there because of intermittent beating of the heart. Here it is not like that. So I commonly, whenever the constricting pain in the chest is there with typical angina-like features, we used to think of two important remedies. First is almost the cactus, yes, definitely. But second important is Latrodectus mactans. That is also a wonderful remedy in such types of cases. But I thought just instead of going towards that, we will just open the repertory. So I searched for the rubrics. First rubric which was there in the first case, here also I have utilized that anxiety heart region aggravated by walking. Single remedy cactus, 1 mark. Palpitation in the heart, pain during, shooting down the left arm. Again, single remedy cactus for 1 mark. Third was pain in the heart region extending to the fingertips, left specifically. 3 marks cactus was given as a single remedy. Very important features, and all were present in the patient. The constricting sensation characteristic of cactus was there. Then there is a tightness in the chest, that was also there. And then I just searched in the complete repertory, the pulse, and I found the pulse intermittent, every fourth beat sitting while. Cactus is single remedy for 1 mark. And there were two rubrics. Whenever patient lies down, pulse intermittent every third beat, and while sitting at fourth beat. That was interesting, which was mentioned, and both in both rubrics, cactus was given for as a single remedy. So again, I have considered that it is a acute state and patient requires immediate result. So instead of giving a potentized form, I have given the cactus mother tincture, asked him to sit over there. I have given cactus 15 drops in a half cup of water and asked him to drink that. And asked him to sit in the OPD. Don't worry, I will be there. Nothing to worry. Just sit for half an hour. If you feel relaxed, and then you can go. If any problem is there, we can investigate. And after taking that, he felt relaxed. He was sitting there for 15 minutes. And then I have checked him. Interestingly enough, that he was sitting continuously, the intermittent pulse has vanished. There was no more intermittent pulse. He was sitting in one place, so pain was not there. So I said, sit more for 15 more minutes. And if you don't feel anything, any problem, then you just walk in the OPD. If you feel still you get the pain, you will go for investigations. If it is not there, you can go home. And then again, he sat for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, I asked him to walk in the OPD, and he walked for 2-3 minutes without any complaint. And he said, I'm feeling absolutely relaxed, no problem. Then I said, go to the home and call me in the evening. He called me at 4 o'clock and he said, thereafter, I never had a chest pain. I, I took my lunch properly. I slept for 1 hour in the afternoon. And just now, I have walked for 10 minutes without any suffering. So this is a wonderful remedy to be learned. So I will uh, discuss this remedy from Allen's keynotes. Open your Allen's keynotes, the Cactus Grandiflorus. It is night blooming series, Cactaceae family. It is very important remedy. Sanguinous congestions in the persons of plethoric habit. So it is the bloody. There is no weakness of the heart muscles. There is no question. It is full blooded. And that's why pulse, you cannot get that feeble pulse of digitalis in cactus. So it is like a aconite. The congestion is marked. The face is plethoric, often resulting in hemorrhage, sanguinous apoplexy. So sanguinous apoplexy means bloody. The hemorrhage happens to be there, leading to the paralysis is apoplexy. So paralysis because of congestion to the brain is a apoplexy. Sanguinous, it is because of high flow of the blood. Fear of death, and it is like aconite. See the future. Fear of death believes the disease is incurable, like aconite, like arsenic. But he never has that typical aconite panic state. It is little bit anxiety related with it, the fear related with it, like arsenic album. Hemorrhage from the nose, hemorrhage from the lungs, the stomach, the rectum, the bladder. So hemorrhagic tendency is more marked, and that's why it is sanguinous temperament, sanguinous congestions, crotalus, millefolium, phosphorus. This is one more hemorrhagic remedy. We have ample hemorrhagic remedies in our practice. Many, lachesis is there. All snake remedy generally found to be a hemorrhagic remedy. Headache. Headache is because, again, congestion. Headache pressing like a heavy weight on vertex. So there is a vertex headache, and there is as if there is a heavy weight is there. But ameliorated by pressure is meningitis. Meningitis puts pressure and meningitis feeling. Meningitis is the remedy for congestive headache. Meningitis is the hemorrhagic remedy, but pressure ameliorates is the characteristic of meningitis. Then headache, climacteric, very important, like glonine, like lachesis. This is one more remedy, the climacteric headache because of congestion to the head. Then headache and neuralgia. Neuralgia, it is generally neuralgia happens to be there in head or on the face, the prosopalgia. This remedy is very important remedy. Congestive headache, pleuritic headache, right-sided, severe throbbing, pulsating pain. It is close to the spigelia, but spigelia, it is more on left side, cactus, it is more on right side headache. So this is one important difference is there. The pain, type of pain in head is throbbing and pulsating. Whole body feels as if caged, given in bold, and that is the generalized feature of the cactus. Whole body feels like as if in a caged, each wire being twisted tighter and tighter, and that is whole body. The sensation of constriction is very, very marked. Not only chest region, the whole body, the sensation is there. So that's why you can apply this generalized sensation of the remedy, and this is very important in cactus. Constriction of throat, the chest, the heart, the bladder, the rectum, the uterus, the vagina, often caused and brought on by slightest contact. And this is a very important feature, the constricting type of sensation everywhere in this organ. Oppression of chest, as if something has been choked over there. Oppression of chest as from a great weight, as if an iron band prevented the normal motion. And patient tells you that, doctor, I feel there is something, it has been absolutely blocked. I cannot move my chest. Sensation of a cord tightly tied around the lower part of chest, marking attachment of the diaphragm. It is lower part of the chest, and there is a sensation as if it has been caged, blocked completely. And that's why the movement has happened. Diaphragmatic movement also happened. Heart feels as if clasped and unclasped rapidly by an iron hand, as if bound, had no room to beat. And this is the problem of cactus. The iron band feeling, the constricting, clutching, and releasing like a iron band. That is very typical feeling of this remedy. The pains everywhere. The characteristics of the pains of cactus, pains everywhere. Darting means shifting over there, severe type of pains. Springing like chain lightning, and ending with sharp voice like grief, only to be again renewed. So it released temporarily, again comes out, and it goes on and on and on. And that is constricting type of pain that is very typical of cactus. See the next symptom, which is we have learned from Bovista. Menstrual flow ceases when lying down. Bovista and Caustica. And we have learned that Bovista, they have menses more propis at night when lying down. That is very characteristic of Bovista. Palpitation, day and night. Worse when walking. Whenever patient walks, the palpitation increases. Worse by lying on left side, like lachesis, very close to lachesis regarding it. Palpitation at the approach of menses. Whenever menses used to start or before menses, there is a palpitation. And it is a very important remedy for time modality. And you can get that headache. This has been not mentioned over here in this book, but it has been mentioned in Murphy, even in the synoptic key, that this remedy has 10 a.m., 10 p.m. aggravation for the headache, and for the fever, it is the 11 a.m., 11 p.m. aggravation. So fever paroxysms returns every day at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. So this is again a very important symptom. Time modalities one should not forget, because if you get time modality, you get a right remedy with the help of time remedy, time modality. Relationships, compare the aconite, the digitalis, the gelsemium, the kalis, the lachesis, and tabacum. But out of which digitalis goes down, because digitalis is generally a feeble-hearted remedy. So cardiac failure used to be there more with digitalis. Aconite, regarding the pains, very close. Gelsemium is one more remedy where you can get similar types of pains. In this book, it has been not mentioned, but Borix Materia Medica, he mentioned about the antidotes. There are 3 antidotes mentioned by Boric: aconite, the camphora, the china, and eupatorium. That is one remedy which has been added by P. Shankaran sir regarding the antidotes. Remedies that follows well: digitalis, eupatorium, lachesis, naxomica, sulfur, spongia. These are the remedies which follows well after the cactus. Complementary, it has been not given in Borix Materia Medica, but Sankaran sir's remedy relationship. He has mentioned arsenic is the complementary to the cactus. That is one important thing which has been mentioned over there. And this remedy is a short-acting remedy generally. 7 to 10 days action is there. So you can repeat it whenever needed. And you, in case of emergencies, the material dose, mother tincture dose, is always useful to tackle the situation. And if it is a remedy with all its aspects, you go for the potentized form of cactus, and you can use 6 potency, 30 potency, even 200. I have used 630, 200 in my practice many times, and it is a very important remedy which you can use both in mother tincture form as well as for the curative purpose. So this is a very important remedy, not having action only on heart, but also on female genital tract, on the uterus. It has very specific action. So we have discussed two cases, one case from the uterine complaints, another case from the heart complaints. And this remedy one should not forget in day-to-day practice. My suggestion, go through the Materia Medica, different Materia Medicas to learn these cactus modalities. Always keep it in your mind. Aggravation 10 a.m. regarding the headache, 10 a.m., 10 p.m. and regarding the fever, 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. So I think you will not forget the cactus. Many aspects of cactus we have discussed in today's session. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we'll again go with another remedy. So thank you being there. If any query is there, we'll have a chat. Otherwise, we'll conclude. Any specific question regarding it? So thank you and good night to everyone. Yes, there is
Hello,
one.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
What is the pulse about cactus?
What is
It's a
the
pulse character of cactus.
pulse character? It is not a failure. It is a bounding pulse. It is sanguineous temperament. Pulse it good full, but it is intermittent many times. If heart goes into the constricting phase, the intermittent pulse happens to be there. It intermits either third beat, fourth beat. You open the repertory and just find the pulse in chapter and you find cactus, how many times it comes over there. You can get cactus over there. Anything else? So that's all for today. Thank you and good night. We'll meet tomorrow. Thanks.